Hey everyone, Brickhouse here, and I'm not sure if the tide is turning or if it's just people waking up or if some people are getting the message. But in light of what's gone on with Bud Light, Target, um this is Pride Month. We're halfway through Pride Month. This one surprised me. Starbucks pulls back from diversity advocacy. Starbucks. Starbucks is like the liberal mecca, the woke mecca. Media reports say corporate executives, including at Starbucks, are reducing their chatter and advocacy on green and social initiatives amid Target and Bud Light stock market disasters. On June 13th, this is just this past Tuesday, NBC News reported that gay and transgender employees at Starbucks protested when the company executives told the outlets to reduce the in-store displays for transgenderism and gay status. The group, Starbucks Workers United, is alleging that the company's corporate management has been asking its workers in at least 21 states to take down pride decorations over the last 2 weeks, a claim that the company refutes. The union said that workers in Massachusetts, for instance, were being told that there weren't enough labor hours for employees to spend decorating. Well, I think that's a legitimate I'm not going to say excuse, but it's a legitimate thing to bring up. It added that in Oklahoma, some were told it was a safety concern to block windows with flags. Well, yeah, that could be a safety concern. That's legitimate. It cited threats to target employees over the company's pride displays as a reason for the safety concern. Well, I'm going to restate this again. You're a special kind of stupid if you walk into a Target store, Starbucks, wherever, and you're attacking and harassing and yelling at and screaming at the employees. It's not their fault. They just happen to work there. Your anger, your vitriol, your whatever should be directed to the upper management level, C-suite level, those individuals. And the reason why is those individuals are making the decision with a little prodding from their masters at Wall Street, telling them they need to do the things that they're doing. So just keep that in the back of your head. Company executives are trying to bump up the company's stock value. Well, yeah, that's what this is all about. It's all about the money. It's all about the money. It's all about the money coming from Wall Street, from the BlackRocks, the Vanguards, the State Street Capitals. It's not about the individual investors like you and I. The company denied a policy of reducing support for the pride ceremonies, but an employee union provided evidence of corporate curbs. At this store in Wisconsin, Starbucks partners were told pride decorations were okay, only to later have their district manager demand they be taken down for not being welcoming to everyone. Okay. This is making my head hurt. Now we have it reversed. Now we have it flipped. I'm not even going to say what I'm going to say. I'm just not. The post-Target, post-Bud Light caution by CEOs is nationwide, according to reports in the Wall Street Journal. Finance chiefs and other executives have significantly quieted down in public settings their environmental and employee diversity efforts, said a June 12th Wall Street Journal article that studied executives' mention of related terms while touting their companies. The article continued. Executives at U.S. listed companies mentioned environmental, social, and governance, ESG, diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, or sustainability on 575 earnings calls from April 1st to June 5th, down 31% from the same period last year, according to data from financial research platform AlphaSense. That is the largest such year-over-year decline in the fifth consecutive quarter of year-over-year drops, following a pickup in these discussions and corporate social efforts in the wake of the police situation with George Floyd in May 2020. I've spoken to a lot of my trans friends and colleagues, and we've all noticed less brands seeking partnerships and smaller budgets for pride campaigns. Transgender activist Rose Montoya told the UK's Guardian newspaper it's disappointing. The left-wing outlet noted, according to RILA Global Consulting, a company that studies consumers, brands, and trends, this time last year, there was less than 400 social media posts calling for boycotts of pride collections. In May 2023, that number jumped to 1,500. That's because people are waking up. That's why. People are noticing that the behavior is not normal. The behavior they're trying to normalize is not normal. On June 10th, Montoya bared his cosmetically modified breasts at the White House rally in Washington, D.C. Some of the companies that threw their brand into corporate advocacy are also being penalized for trying to escape. Yeah, because see, here's the deal. These companies have been pushing this pride stuff, and I'll use Target as an example. They've been celebrating Pride Month since I think it's 2013, 2014. So every year this time they put out their Pride collection in their store. Well, now they're pulling back, and now the Pride people are all pissed off because they're pulling back because it's alienating the majority of their customers. The majority of their customers don't want to see it. So those on the left, the less than 1%, who are a very vocal 1% that makes them sound larger than what they actually are now PO'd because Target's pulling back. Do you want to cater to the majority or do you want to cater to the minority? Cater to the majority, you're going to make money. You cater to the minority, you're not going to make money. It's that simple. It's business. Some Target stores have moved their Pride sections, which feature an array of items pushing the transgender agenda on children, and that's the other piece of the pie, to a less prominent location in their facilities following a string of backlash. At Target, the decision to withdraw some pro-transgender items from the stores prompted bomb threats from pro-transgender activists. But those threats are being portrayed by media outlets as coming from ordinary Americans. For example, Washington Post reporter Jacqueline Heiser opened her article with the lead saying Target stores in at least 5 states were evacuated this weekend after receiving bomb threats. Though no explosives were discovered, the incidents tie into the backlash over the retail chain's Pride Month merchandise. What she failed to mention is that those bomb threats were actually threats from pro-LGBTQ plus supporters and those on the woke left. The Post hid the evidence that the bomb threat came from pro-transgender groups, not from ordinary Americans, in the 9th paragraph. See what they do. See what the media does. It's you and me that do this stuff, not the left. Oh, they did it? Okay, so we're gonna portray it as the ordinary American doing it, and then we're gonna, later on in the article, we're gonna say who did it. News outlets in Vermont, New Hampshire, New York received the same threatening emails Saturday, according to a South Burlington police chief, Sean Burke. The message, which accused Target of betraying the LGBTQ plus community, named a store in South Burlington, Vermont, and ones in Plattsburgh, New York, and in Keene and West Lebanon, New Hampshire. A pro-ESG advocate lamented the new corporate caution in an interview with the Wall Street Journal. The easiest thing to do is just stay out of the conversation and emphasize other facets of the business that are going to be perceived as less controversial and more core to traditional metrics of the business, said Jason Jay, senior lecturer of sustainability at MIT. But many executives expect the current protests to die down or to evade public scrutiny. These corporate executives and staff are eager to push private political agendas during the workdays, partly because their causes provide them with valuable status and satisfaction. That ties back to ESG and DEI. It's not the end of the LGBT marketing. It's the end of amateurism in the LGBT marketing. Consultant Fabrice Houdart told the Wall Street Journal in the June 6th article, I can see that my clients are more cautious, but none of them have said, I'm going to change my strategy or roll back what I'm doing. Boycotts are likely to continue, partly because Americans are rallying each other via social media. 1993 was a simpler time. Oh, yes, it was. Bud Light based a whole series of commercials on men dressing as women to get the ladies' night discounts. And everyone thought it was funny and ridiculous. Yeah, it was. It was funny and ridiculous. That is different than what's going on now. I played in a golf tournament this weekend, and even when it's free, very few people touched Bud Light. Garth Brooks can't save them. Joe Rogan's funny reaction to the new Bud Light commercial. We now have country music stars like Riley Green Music dropping Bud Light lyrics from their own songs. The Bud Light brand is dead amongst its core consumer. Worst marketing decision ever. So there you have it. Businesses are shying away from the LGBT and other causes like green initiatives. However, keep in mind that they're waiting for people to get tired of the boycotts, and then they're going to start it right back up again. So comment down below. Tell me what you think. Also, too, take the time to like this video, share, and subscribe. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell to get notified when my content goes live here on YouTube. You can also catch me over on Rumble and Odyssey. And as always, I thank you for taking the time to watch and tune in, and I bid you adieu.